This is Kooks on Camera, and we just heard that the bucks are finally starting the chase down here, which is good news for Blake because he's never shot a deer. But that's okay because for the next 3 days, we're gonna be hunting down here on some Florida public land. Once everyone's here and done setting up camp, we're gonna figure out if we have time to sit in a stand or drive around. Some guy just told us that he saw a giant buck off the road and he wasn't loaded. So we're posted up. We're gonna see, give it a couple minutes. We're all not in camouflage. Classic.
No, I think we pursue this deer.
We have to make sure he's a legal deer.
Well, that's what I'm saying. We can get close to him. I think he could be legal.
He's legal in normal rules. No, I don't think he is. He might. Yo, if he has a brow tine, he's legal. Because he definitely has 3 regular.
Yeah. Don't move.
Points. Pretty nice body on him. Let me see binoculars. I mean, we definitely have to make a move.
Slow. I'm gonna start moving out there. I'm gonna take my shoes off. Tell me, is he looking at us in my hand?
No, he's looking in front of us.
What about now? So I'm gonna keep an eye on him while I do this.
Yeah. He's not looking this way. He's looking the other way.
I might try to align that.
You gotta go now. He's looking towards the left. He's eating right now. Keep going. Stop. He's looking. Use that palmetto head. Tell me if you're gonna shoot. He's behind the palmetto head. They're both behind the palmetto head. Keep low. We can close the gap 100%. We gotta use that button that you push. They're running away. Yeah. Might have been 3 of them. So we didn't see that buck that guy saw and tried to push. Then we went like 100 yards down the road, saw another buck with another doe. So they're definitely chasing. We got like 80 yards out, but we couldn't tell if it was a 8-point or if it had that 4 points on one side. But damn, we got close. This is the look of defeat. We just could not close the gap on that buck, and the doe dipped out. But we don't even know if he was legal. If he had a brow tine, he would have been. But the management area we're hunting in, you have to have 4 points on one side, so basically 4 and 4, so an 8-point. And an 8-point's a pretty big buck, I'm not gonna lie. So we gotta keep that in mind for tomorrow. But I might hunt that same area, see if I can get closer to him, because that was a good one.
I think that was a lot better of a buck than you guys.
You think if it was one person, you could have got it?
That's what he's saying. I don't know about that.
Yeah, dude's like walking through the open field like this.
I was watching with binos the whole time.
Yo, it's funny. Right before that, I told him during the rut, the bucks are only as smart as the does are with.
That doe was watching every little
Didn't
thing.
give a shit. The buck kept feeding, kept looking around other ways, and the doe was kind
Whatever
of...
the doe did, the buck followed.
Yeah, and then once the doe took off, the buck took off.
Oh no, he wanted it.
Yeah, no.
He was like, dude, that's a wood truck.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the utility.
Holy shit, I'm so late to my stand. I just got up here, and there are forecast was calling for a cloudy morning, and it's really clear, and I'm looking to the east, and the sun just popped up, and I really don't like looking into the sun all morning, so I'm going to rotate my climber. That was a good deer, because they only allow 4 points on one side. I wasn't sure if he had that brow tine that was an inch, but he did. I mean, it was definitely a legal deer, but I was super hesitant to take the shot, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, there's a few things. If I shot that deer, I would have had to leave today, which is fine, but like I said, I'm a few hours from home, and And you know, I love being out here. Like, it's Saturday morning. I still have Saturday evening and Sunday morning to hunt. But I have a feeling when I go to bed tonight, I'm going to be thinking about that buck. And I knew if he stayed around, I would have taken the shot. And when I pulled back my hammer, for some reason it was not clicking, like it was not staying back. And that buck knew something was up. And so I had to, take the breech plug out and tighten it. And then when I put it back, I was able to cock it, but he knew something was up. And by the time I was able to shoot, he was gone. But that's okay. There's so many hunters around me. I'm wishing the best for that buck, because there's like 20 hunters around between the trail I'm on and the other side of this head. So the fact he's made it this long is pretty impressive. But I know when I show the boys that buck, they're gonna be scratching their head, and I don't blame them. But that was good. That was super cool. I mean, I just wanted to see antlers. I mean, I have a feeling I should have taken that shot, but it is what it is. Hopefully a bigger one will come out. That was a nice deer, though. So as I figured, they're pretty frustrated. They're confused why I let that deer walk. And oh, that's so funny. But I have a plan of attack. I'm going to get down here shortly. It's like 9 o'clock. I'm going to get down here shortly. And I'm going to walk that same trail that buck came out, because he's not going to come here tomorrow morning. He knew something was up. And he was upwind of me. But the only reason he knew something was up was because he got on the same trail I walked. He got on the same trail I took when I walked to this stand. And that's bit me in the ass a couple times. Never walk downwind to your trail, because if they smell you, they can smell the same trail that you walked an hour previously. So always walk upwind to your stand. But I'm gonna get down and walk the trail he went back, because he's not gonna come out tomorrow morning. He's gonna take a different trail, and I'm gonna walk like 300 or 400 yards to a big cypress head, and that way no one is around. I mean, not that that really mattered today, but I literally have a truck there, a truck behind me. I got 2 guys to my left and a guy to my right. So people are driving through this trail. I mean, there's people everywhere. People are starting to leave. So everyone's gone, and I saw that deer come over there, and he stopped right about here, and I'm gonna go like 300 yards that way. And if you see, there's some like yellow grass, and there's some like light yellow grass over on that horizon. I'm gonna go peek my nose over there and see what it looks like. Wow, what a day. That buck was right there. Right here. Right here. 25 yards from the stand. You know when you shoot, when you're hunting and you lock eyes on something, you're like, oh, I'm gonna shoot it. I never got that feeling with this buck. I mean, by the time I realized he was legal, I was like, and watching the footage back, he's a good buck. And I'm sure I'll be kicking myself tonight, but like I said, the first day, I didn't want to drive back early, and I don't know, just wanted to let that giant buck live another day. So I'm gonna go move my stand, but if I do see him tomorrow and he makes the same mistake twice, and since I'm leaving tomorrow, I will take that shot for sure. Wow. Now this is an absolute insane game trail. So this is the game trail I walked on when I came in today, and I wanted to get off in case they were walking on it. And that's the same buck. That's the same trail the buck was walking down. I mean, it's just, there's a bunch of stuff traveling in here, so I'll probably put up a game camera here And but I'm gonna take this trail back and see if I can find some rubs and whatnot. All right. So I got my tree stand up, and when I was heading back, I saw some low-hanging oak trees, and I was like, you know what? That's the perfect height for a possible scrape. And I looked at it, and sure enough, fresh scrape, same direction that buck came from, and the scrape was hit this morning. So it was definitely that buck. So for this evening hunt, I'm gonna walk back, grab my climber, because it's like 300 yards from that scrape, and I want to move it like 50 yards downwind of it. So I'll do that, but I'm gonna head back now, go to camp, eat some food, and then head back out in a couple hours, because there are definitely some deer around. I mean, there's people everywhere, but there's deer around, so we'll see what we can see.
Work on mine. Just tell them we're looking for sponsorships, preferably Arizona green tea and Everglades. Much appreciated. I mean, dude, an 8 point's an 8 point.
No, so
I can even tell by the video that he was legal for sure.
I think you're gun jammed or something.
No, you know what? I'm telling you, he was fiddling with his camera, and then he's like, okay, perfect. Now I'm gonna shoot, and he missed his opportunity. And then he's like, oh yeah, I passed on it. I passed on it.
no,
So what happened, dude?
no. What happened was,
So tell me I'm right.
well, I had to let him get in close enough to see that he was legal, and by the time he was like, 60 yards, 50 yards out, I saw his brow tine. He knew something was up, and I had my gun on my lap, and I was like, you know what? Maybe I'm gonna shoot this thing. And when I went to pull my hammer back, the hammer didn't stay, and I've never had that happen before.
Oh, see, now there's always more to it than you think.
No, I mean, I was definitely
Oh, it's coming out.
I was definitely letting him walk, but just in case, I wanted to pull it back, and so I had to, break the gun open and take out the breech plug and put it back in, and sure enough, that was what worked. But he was like, he galloped away.
Bro, anytime I have the muzzleloader in the woods like this and then I go to use it again, I always can pop out that breech plug, run some patches just to get any debris and shit.
Well, I guess the breech plug was.
Dave will use the same load all
No,
season.
I guess I will. I guess the breech plug was too loose, and I've never had that happen to where the hammer didn't stay back. He was big. I mean, he just wasn't.
Dude, that wasn't a bad deer.
No. For 100%, he was a good deer.
I was so confused. I was like,
no, I know.
I was like, did you have a seizure or fucking?
No, but I had people all around me, everywhere.
Too.
I could see people in a tree stand to my left.
Bro, them old dudes love sitting in a ladder in the middle of those fucking palmetto fields.
Yeah.
You just
That's
see
where you
orange,
see them all.
You just see orange speckled along like some sable palm that's stuck way out from the edge of the palmetto. I may just go sit where I shot the 7. Because the only time I've ever shot there is when I killed that deer and a spike came out. I grunted, spike came out, grunted, and then that 7 point came out, so may give it another shot. But then again, also another place with stands and cameras in there too.
Yeah, there's no secret spots here.
No, it's fun. I mean, you
I think most of them are older, but
yeah, for sure.
I mean, 90%
All
of
these people get grandfathered in. Their grandpa who lugged that ladder stand back in there 2 miles is like, you're welcome.
In 1998.
Yeah, Yeah.
Okay, so once I moved my stand, I found that buck scrape, and I figured since I'm gonna hunt there tomorrow morning, I don't want to be there this evening because he's definitely not gonna be there this evening, and he may not even be there tomorrow morning. But I figured I'd not go in there this afternoon, let it air out, and then go in there tomorrow morning and move my stand like 100 yards closer to be on that scrape. And if I see him again, then I'll take him. But we have about 3 hours of flight left, and we'll just drive around and see if we can spot a buck, because they should be chasing still. I never see rattlesnakes. no deer yet, but that was the first rattlesnake I've seen out here. It's crazy to think how much walking we do around, and like I've never stepped on one, thank God, knock on wood, but oh my gosh, these things are scary. All right, so we just parked the truck. Just got done raining. We're gonna head into a head. Let's see if I can film Dan shoot a buck. We just wasted an hour. Wow.
Wow.
What did you say, dropped?
Yeah, 30 yards.
Holy shit. All right, good shit, Jared. We're on the way. So Jared just called this during prime time, which if you hunt, you know what that means. And he just said he dropped a giant at 30 yards. So we're about, I don't know, 10 or 15 minutes from him. And luckily we don't have much tracking to do. And I have a feeling this is a stud. Pretty exciting. So we're walking to Jared. And just realized he doesn't have the game card in his truck. I don't have the game card in mine. It's at camp, and we drove right by camp. Didn't grab it. So now we're in for a night.
Pull up
Giant.
to the same tree I shot the 7 in. Massive fresh rub, literally under the f***ing tree. And bro, same
Oh my God, that's
sequence
a
of
giant.
events. I seen a spike earlier in the day. Make my way towards that trail. Hit the grunt as soon as the sun set over the tree line. Did like a dude. And I look like, you know, there's all these trees, and I saw like some like very faint like movement in between some trees, and I lost it for a second. I was like, maybe it's a bush, and then I see him cross this trail right here, and I seen the rack, and I was like, look, that rack. I mean, it's a big rack,
Yeah.
but it looked like it was in like some shit.
Yeah.
I was so patient, bro. I was like, I had some chances in between some trees I could top him because I didn't know if he was gonna win me.
Yeah.
Because he was making a beeline for me. Bro, he popped right. I mean, I couldn't have fucking drawn it up any more times.
That's too funny. Wow, that's a stud.
For like these times, these are good times.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a beautiful Florida buck.
You see what I'm saying? How he's built up like this, and like this part where it levels out isn't very long.
Yeah.
And he's built up again right here, just like that deer we got on camera. Wow. But he's kind of got a similar build to your archery one at the entrance. You might have to blur that out.
Wow. Beautiful buck, Jared.
Hell yeah.
All right, we'll get
Bro,
some
we've
pictures
been seeing a bunch of deer, bro. Someone was bound to fucking have an opportunity.
Yeah.
I mean, you had an opportunity,
Yeah, I did.
but you're being a little too selective.
Beautiful.
Yeah, boy. Let's go, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. So
Grab the
perfect
other
shot.
side with me for that.
Yeah, here, Dan, you start, and then I'll
Yeah. At least it's like a train. It's beautiful, dude. He's nice and uniform. Yeah. This is after I killed the seven. Good deer. He's probably 2.5.
Good deer.
Maybe 2. But I don't know, unless he's got good genetics.
That's beautiful.
Bro.
Bro, perfect. It's
Hell yeah.
symmetrical.
Bro, honestly,
Perfect shot.
there's so many tracks in the mud back there. Walked in the trail I did.
What do you think that hole is?
I don't know. I mean, maybe another buck. Freaking jabbing him in the
Random
ass.
ass hole, and there's no
exit.
exit wound, so it definitely wasn't a shot.
And then, unless he tried to jump a high fence and came down on a pole or something, but
No, I bet a big buck.
I feel like that would mess him up more.
A big buck probably stuck him in the butt.
Wow, it seems surreal to see one in person.
Right?
Yeah, it's been a little while.
Very rare
Yes.
Florida buck.
Push us back towards the back. Oh yeah.
Let's go.
That's a good sight.
What a freaking hunt.
That's a good sight.
That's a great sight.
Way to go, guys.
Been this truck or the other one? Dan wants to ride in this.
Oh, now you got a deer he wants to ride with you.
I want to hear what happened.
As the sunset was on the horizon, it was, you know, nice and like shadowed everywhere. It was getting dark and fucking.
What did he come out of?
The pointed tongue.
Man, there's nothing like effed up stopping you. I mean, even when you're 100% legal, give you the EBGBs because you know they can really screw you over if you made a mistake on something. But we're gonna go check this deer out and then head back to camp. We're gonna check this deer out, butcher it, then head back to camp, and then hopefully I can shoot one tomorrow. And we'll, for the first time in our life, double up because we've never had a double header on public land, which is, you know, that doesn't happen to anyone. But luckily Jared got a stud tonight, and just a freaking great deer.
Sheesh. I tell Daniel, when you shoot a deer, you envision this moment being done, like it's skinned and everything else, you know. Fucking.
Oh my gosh, it's early. But I'm the only one going out, you know, per usual. And so it would make it really sweet if we doubled up on bucks today or this weekend and I shot a big old 8. If I see that buck I saw yesterday, I'll shoot him. What I'm kicking myself most about is the fact that he was so close. You know, here I'm sitting on an open field during muzzleloader season, and, you know, usually hoping that they come in within like 70 yards, but no, that buck yesterday was 30 yards away. I mean, I could have smoked him with a bow. And so I'm going to sit next to his scrape, and he hit it yesterday morning, so I'm going to sit like 30 yards downwind of it, and that would be really cool if he came in to hit that thing today, because his scrape was about 200 yards from where I saw him today, and he knew something was up, or yesterday. He knew something was up, and he just wasn't having it. And he was so close that, like, I think me messing with my breech plug and my hammer and whatnot, I think he could hear it. But I'm gonna go out and see if we can see his big brother. And if he comes back, we'll just take him too, because it's Sunday and now we're leaving today. And I always like to take home a buck right before you go home. It makes it a little special. I'm like 10 minutes away. No, I'm like 5 minutes away from truck parking, and then I gotta move my tree stand. I have to move my tree stand like 300 yards, which I wish I did yesterday, but I was feeling lazy, and I was just like, you know what, I'll do it this morning. And now that it's this morning, I'm wishing I did it yesterday. once the sun came up, I saw another ladder stand. So I have a ladder stand in front of me and a ladder stand behind me, both within 100 yards. On public land, there are no secret spots. Well, it's been a pretty quiet morning. I got some fox squirrels keeping me company, but no deer. I've heard some hogs squealing a couple 100 yards away. But it's about 8:30. I had that buck come by yesterday around 7:30. So there's a decent chance he may not show face. But I'm definitely going to give it a couple hours. They definitely smelled me. Well, boys, it's getting to be that time that I'm wishing I shot that deer. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, when I first saw it, I didn't think it was legal. And then by the time it got in close enough, it just looked like a juvenile buck. Like, I know it was, it was a nice sized buck, but I just wasn't itching to kill it. And then when he sat there for a while, the longer he sat, the more I was like, okay, like, I should probably kill this thing. And when I cocked the hammer back, it didn't stay. So I had to fix that. And by the time I did, he was gone. But I'm just gonna tell people I let it walk. We'll keep that a secret between you and I. But that was definitely the biggest buck I've ever let walk. Well, that right there is why I hunted where I hunted this morning. It's a brand new scrape, and it's in the direction where he came from, or when I saw him yesterday morning. And I'm sure he hit that, and I was planning on for him to come out this morning, but didn't see him in the stand. Hog must have came by in the last 20-30 minutes because he's, oh, this, yeah, that's a hog. 80% sure. Ooh, no deer from me. No deer from me, but I'm happy Jared got that one. That was a good buck. But now it's like 11:30. I gotta go back to camp, pack up camp, and then I have like a 2.5-3 hour drive home, which is always fun when you're on which is always fun when you're running on 5 hours of sleep. Whew, what a weekend. I mean, we were definitely on the bucks. I'm glad I got that one up close to me. That was a big one that I let walk. And Jared got that stud. So all in all, great weekend. I'm the last one here. Just got to pack up the tent. Everyone's gone. Everyone's back home. And now I got a 2.5 hour ride home. So doing this, then I'm out of here. If you found yourself scratching your head when I let that buck walk, make sure to subscribe, because I will not let a buck that big walk next time I see him, which very well could be next weekend because we're going to be out here. So make sure to subscribe, and I will see you next time.